think you had One for All Early, part 8, I think. This was like after the whole attack. Or, no, I think it was still in it. But this is whenever Deku rushes off. I'm gonna say he's pretty much cutting down wood to create pretty much a path back there. Like, they just see trees dropping down with him using Black Whip, where he doesn't have to, like, maneuver through everything, creating, like, a straight path to them. This is whenever villains start popping up in it, and Deku uses Detroit Smashes, hitting twice, I'm gonna say, or his doubles, launching him back, and the other double pretty much disappearing. And I'm gonna say Azawa is still back there and stuff. And this is when he wraps him back into a ball and launches him down the path. And this is when they see a black thing get launched back, destroying the trees, pretty much leaving popping with twice in it, or two with twices. I'm gonna say Azawa uses Squirk to cancel it, and the real one pops up. Then he sees, like, blades coming out of the forest, cutting down trees also. And that's whenever he sees Dark Shadow come out, gigantic, hitting this dude with Bakugo and Todoroki on the side. And the dude multi-arm running also. Also, he grabs multi-arm and he launches them towards Bakugo, asks them what's going on, and that's when Dupli Arms, I think actually the name is of his quirk, says that because it's nighttime, his quirk went on a rampage wherever he tried to use it, because he got hurt, showing his hand. But that's whenever Deku says, "Are you okay?" He says, "I am, but yeah, I am, and I can regrow my limbs." And that's whenever he tells Bakugo and Todoroki to use, like, light flashes, nothing to burn down forests or anything, to make them calm down. That's whenever they run by doing it. And that's whenever he tells Todoroki to keep fire up and stuff, telling him a night Black Whip. And he does. And he wraps Black Whip kind of, or catches Black Whip on fire. And he says his Black Whip's gonna be okay. He says that it can kind of regenerate, because I think Black Whip can. But it can probably only stay up for a little while. And this is whenever he tells him that I'm gonna launch this dude back to the camp, and if you guys want to come with me, and says I have to launch Bakugo back. This is whenever they turn around, Bakugo's gone. And here he launched Dark Shadow by now, and Dark Shadow is on fire and stuff. When it gets there, it pops with fire everywhere, disappearing and all that. And they see him, and he says that my quirk went on a rampage, and Deku launched me back here, and stuff like that. And they said that they're supposed to launch Bakugo, but I don't see this happening. And that's whenever they see Compress, and they see a marble in his hand with Bakugo's face in it. And that's whenever Deku says crap, jumps up using his One for All, because he's way faster than this. He tries to catches it. He grabs Press arm and slams him to the ground with, I'm gonna say, a teleportation thing opening up, capturing or getting all the villains back with twice, and getting up, activating his quirk whenever, and while as I was focused on muscular, And that's whenever Twice pops out, grabbing the marble, and getting teleported with Dobby also appearing, breaking the thing, holding Bakugo by the neck, making Todoroki look at him like, no way, Konnichiwa. Wait, I said it wrong, whatever. But yeah. And yeah, they go back. And Momo did also infuse a tracker onto them, or one of the Nomos, and stuff like that. So, who was in the hospital, was still in the hospital except Deku and Shincho, because Shincho was next to Ozawa, helping them take down villains by capturing the scarves and stuff. And yeah. And that's whenever Deku comes in and tells them about the plan. And it's the same team, they do the whole dress up and all that. But yeah. The hardened dude still has the binoculars and all that. And yeah, they use it. That's when they come up with a plan. Or they're trying to. And that's when they see Deku launch the wall out, hitting the villains, him rushing out, grabbing Bakugo, using Black Whip, covering both him and Bakugo, shooting off, and him throwing Bakugo somewhere else, with Black Whip spreading out and catching Bakugo before he slammed it into the ground, with Deku landing on top of it, running it off at full speed blixing everybody else because nobody can catch up with him, and him, bringing Bakugo somewhere safe to the heroes and all that and stuff like that. So yeah, he brought them back to the heroes. And this is where he jumps off, where Bakugo says, I didn't need your help. And he jumps off with Black Whip, speeding like a bullet. And he says, I can't stop at this speed, because he couldn't at all. He covers himself with Black Whip. And this is where the villains see another black figure that looks the same, that was just launched off, coming directly at them with tentacles shooting out, grabbing all the villains easily and holding them tightly. I'm gonna say crushing their ribs a little bit and stuff like that. That's when he looks back at All Might, gives him a thumbs up and a smile, while running off again at 65%, with his legs feeling like they're about to break because the percentage he's using. And he gets back to the police over there, back at the first hideout, gives them back, with all the people being confused because they know Deku was strong and stuff, but how he did this so quickly by launching everywhere and stuff like that. So they're all at a big loud noise. My recording kind of shut off. But yeah, and all the heroes were confused because they seen that it was one of the UA students that took down all these villains with such high speeds and stuff, with that Black Whip quirk and stuff. And it's the battle between All Might and One-for-all, or All for One, I mean. And it's pretty much the same fight as 7 years ago, I'm pretty sure it was. Whenever Deku was 7, it was the same fight pretty much, with All Might being more prepared this time, because he knows that how strong All for One could be from his last fight, saying if I didn't have people helping me, I probably would have died back then. and stuff like that. But he says, no, I couldn't die because I am the symbol of peace, saying 1,000,000%. No, never mind about the punch, same punch, with his fists turning small, or his fists stopped glowing, with his leg saying, no, 2,000,000% kick. Kicking All for One in the face, destroying his face this time in the battle, defeating All for One. People don't think he's dead and stuff like that, but they still can't get his body and tells that he's alive. Takes him into custody. Well, All Might drops to his knees with his leg broken, and a recovery girl coming over and kissing, putting him on a stretcher and stuff. And people are talking about how All Might used a kick instead of a punch, and he said 2,000,000%. And the first thing he said was 1,000,000, saying that All Might could be even stronger with his legs and stuff like that. So he's at the hospital. So is Deku, because I'm gonna say they're in a closed hospital. And Nighteye says that I used my quirk on you, and it said that you would have a huge gash in the side of you. But in that scenario, Deku didn't come and save everybody. He just stood back and stuff like that. Or he didn't make up the plan to come help. While people are hearing this, like close friends of All Might, I'm gonna say some heroes also, Endeavor, saying if his rivals in full condition, saying that you would have lost your power if Deku wasn't there to save them. While Deku's in the room in the back getting scolded by the police, with the police hearing this, thinking that if this kid wasn't there, All Might wouldn't be able to be a hero anymore, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say Deku, while people are like, I'm gonna say Recovery Girl looks at Deku and says, why are you walking, kid? Are you trying to hurt yourself more back there? People are confused with him saying, what are you talking about? Recovery Girl looking away, saying that your legs are sprained, aren't they? With him pretty much dropping to his knees, saying they are. And he asks, how does she know? And she says, whenever you brought all those villains back, whenever you landed, whenever you stopped, I seen your legs, your quirk stopping your legs for a second, and they look like they're about to start bruising up and breaking. And people are like, this kid's been running with sprained legs the whole time. Because, I'm pretty sure there was no moves outside also. Because there's some heroes saying that even after that, he was fighting no moves and quickly stabbing them straight in their head and stuff like that. And that's whenever she says, I'm not healing your legs. They have to heal naturally this time, where you can learn a lesson not to do hero work when you're not a pro yet and stuff like that. So I think they had like 3 weeks to perfect their special move. While I'm gonna say Deku goes there with a wheelchair because both his legs were sprained. And people see this on the first day of the special move training, asking, what's wrong with you, Deku? Did you get hurt? And he says, I just used too strong of my percentage of my quirk, saying that I sprained my legs and I was still running with recovery girls there, pretty much saying that he was an idiot the whole time, stuff like that, and all that. And they say, how long will he stay there? She says that it'll take him about a week to heal, even though I'm pretty sure normal people don't heal that long in this world. But because my heroes in like the future, I want to say their medical help normally is way higher than ours. So yeah, it would take him a week. And that's when they say, so you will have only 2 weeks to train then. He says, yeah, I'll be fine. I might just work on my punches. If I'm using one fall in his fist, punching, sending his wheelchair back. Saying maybe I can be the wheelchair hero. The flying wheelchair. And stuff like that. And that's where they tell him not to hurt himself anymore. And stuff like that. And yeah, it's been a week. He gets in his training. He walks in. And he says that, guys, guess what? Look at this. I'm here. Back to new. Fully new. Saying I'm ready to train. And stuff like that. His training will just be physical strength training. And I umped up his legs to 70% and his fists to 60%. Stuff like that. I'll just go over the license exams maybe. I'll just do the rest of. So it's the license exams, and people are thinking of giving his license already because another interruption, but yeah. So he's gonna pretty much, yeah, license exams happen. And it's the ball test, but Deku pretty much protected 1A because they already came up with the thing that they're all gonna target them. And Deku's pretty much throwing smashes. And people think that pretty much, I said he had 30% in the sports festival, like 35 and stuff, but they say that it looks like he's twice as strong as he was. Saying that the smashes are gigantic, or twice the size of the ones in the sports festival. Saying how could he get this much stronger in like I have no clue how long ago it was. I'm just gonna say it was like 4 months. With another 4 months, 8 months. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 months because I think after this license exam, they only had like a couple months left of school. Like a month left of school, and I'd say there's like 9 months in the school. And stuff like that. And they already got introduced to the dorm system, I think. Yeah, it might be after this, but yeah. So, and he pretty much grabs a ball. Grabs 3 balls, throws them, hitting this person that used a shockwave in the ground in the chest, throwing him completely back. Saying you're out with all of 1A taking down their people. Same thing with Bakio, Kaminari, and wait, did I say his name? Kaminari, I think his name, and I think the Harlem dude's Kaminari. I'm not sure where their names are. And Todoroki the same too. And pretty much they go through and win. And let me see. Gang Orca, I'm gonna say Todoroki got talked into by Deku to teamwork. And the dude with the wing quirk and him quirk combined quirks with Todoroki using his ice, getting it broke up in his wind with fire also, destroying everything around them and stuff like that. So yeah, everything got destroyed with, I'm gonna say, Deku picking up all the people, but he gathered a whole bunch of them and told them that they'll be safe, no fear, telling them not to get feared of this, with them putting them in a black ball and shooting them to the safety area for all of them and stuff like that. Bakyo's nicer in this, I'm gonna say, so he doesn't fail. So does Turtle, he doesn't either. And yeah, then it's launched there. And this is whenever Deku comes over to gain Orca and pretty much uses Black Whip to wrap around him, saying that villain captured. And I'm not sure if you had to take him to the safe area or something like that, with him shooting him to where they were supposed to take him. That him getting through that, and Bakyo and him doesn't have to fight. So Bakyo, UA Class 1A versus 3rd Gear. But whenever Bakyo gets bodied, I'm just gonna say that. But it comes to Deku, he tries to hit Deku. I'm gonna say Deku already knows his quirk, so he knows that his quirk can't just go through him and hurt him inside. So he says Black Whip full armor with Black Whip going around him and pretty much turning into kind of clothes. I might be umping up Black Whip a little too much compared to the anime, but or compared to the manga, but it's my what if, and I'll just make Black Whip stronger. Turning into pretty much clothes, black version of his clothes. And he doesn't have the All Might ears, but he still has the mask. And whenever he tries to punch it, it's pretty much armor. It kind of looks like his clothes, but armored form. And he tries to punch it, or he does the whole thing. But Deku doesn't have to flinch, because even if it was his regular fist, if he would have punched it, it would do no damage, because it absorbed the punch into it. And Mirio's doing the whole thing, but this time when Mirio punches him with his regular fist, he grabs his fist with Mirio permeating through it and gonna punch him again. But this time, Deku punches him, letting him punch him and connect to his actual face, with Deku punching him in the face with oneforall, knocking him out. Deku winning, and this will be the last video.